This is a 1/4 inch square key stock, they call it, or square bar, 1/4 inch. Sometimes I use 3/16 for a smaller one, sometimes 3/8 for a bigger one, but 1/4 makes the best. Now this one is 10 inches long, it makes a short one. My normal cooking hook, I take about 12 inches, that's my main favorite. 14 inches if you want one long for a hot grill. And we heat one in, draw it out to a point, go to the grinder and smooth it a little bit, especially on the end, because you want the part that goes into the meat to be smooth. And we'll show you in a few minutes how to put the hook on it. Very important. But that will get you started. 1/4 inch square bar, or sometimes they call it key stock. Try to keep it straight as I finish up. It doesn't hurt to, I don't want to hit it anymore because it's got too cold, but I can straighten it. Get on the octagon first. Then because this stuff gets cold so quick and it's so thin, I hold way up on my hammer at this part. The back of the handle gives me a little balance leverage to make quick licks. Straighten it out. One more heating, and then I'll go to the next. Start off with the very tip. And I've got everything else up off of the anvil, because as soon as it hits the anvil will heat sink the heat out of it. So now it's by starting with the tip and everything else off of the anvil like this, then this will stay hot longer. It's cold now, but, and I'll make it perfectly straight, and I'm through with this phase. Now I polish this off a little bit, not much, and don't even come back far, but I do two things. I draw this down to a really nice point, because you need a very sharp point. And I draw this down, make it even and smooth, because you want it smooth for sticking your meat. You don't have to, you can go ahead and sharpen it. By about 2 more heatings, I can have this sharp enough. But I save a heating and touch it up on this grinder. And you actually want this pretty sharp, because it's going to have to be sharp to puncture the meat. That was a rough belt, a little smoother. Might have been better because it's a slightly coarse there, and the smoother it is, the easier it sticks into the meat. But that's the next phase, and you can do this all with the forge, but a little quicker to do it that way. I've gotten used to that. Everything else is as forged. Let's go put the hook on it, and then we'll very important part. I start off, I make the hook part on the very tip of my anvil, like so. A little more. Okay, there is the hook. Now, it's going to be right-handed, so I'm going to put, and look at the angle. I'm this way, I'm up and over here. Now, when I put that hook down, it's down at that angle. So therefore, when I'm cooking with it, the hook is sort of the leading edge instead of stuck back under the shaft. I have about 2.5 inches in the vise. This is a short kitchen hook. It was only 10 inches to start with, so it's on the short side. And I'm going to twist it close to the handle. It's better to twist close to the handle anyway because that's the most visual area. Also, when you get this a little greasy, it's easier to clean if it's not twisted. So we're going to twist it fairly close to the handle. We're going to do 3 twists. To the handle. I should have left a little more sticking out. The vise will heat sink it. It's hard to heat up here. You can heat it in the forge. It's difficult. If you do the forge, it's easiest to do the twist all one way. But you can by quenching. I see I've only heated 1 inch. 1 inch is hot. So that inch is all that will turn. I'm going to go clockwise, 1 full turn. Try to keep it straight. Okay. 1 full turn clockwise. Now that has to cool just a little bit because if I go ahead and heat the next one before this one's cool, it will untwist. Now I will heat the next 1 inch. I'll start here usually just and go back to that, let it cool a little more, I guess. 1 inch, and it go right up to it. Now I'm going to turn counterclockwise. Counterclockwise, 1 full turn. You can see the differential twist starting. Let that cool. Sometimes I do 4 twists on the longer ones. These short ones, 3 is about all we have room for. Now I will go clockwise. Important to get the heat length of the heating exactly the same or as close as you can, because if you have one longer, heat more, it will have a wider twist and they won't be equal. Okay, there it is. Now, polish it just a little bit with the wire wheel. And I need to straighten it a little bit, but as you can see, it makes kind of a nice symmetrical look to it. Hole in your handle material, fit it up to about, somewhere between 1 inch and 1/2 inch from the twist. And there's the cooking hook. I polish this off with the wire wheel. Got to be careful polishing this, it'll snatch it out of your hand. But I polish this to get it cleaner and nicer. Then I cure it with a vegetable oil, or I use beeswax and olive oil mixture, but vegetable oil. Rub it on there and got your cooking hook. A little short one for the kitchen. 12 inches, it'd be 2 inches longer. 14, 4 inches long. 14 is about as long as I like to make them. Even for a grill, you'll have a good bit sticking out. I guess you make it 14, you'll have almost 12 sticking out.